Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Archer, the ultimate guide to archers or rangers in dungeon leveling, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you feel wonderful. First of all, I'm not a ranger main. I've played it for quite some time because I got a pretty funky bow here back in the day. Right now it doesn't really, work out in the higher dungeons anymore, but it was an interesting bow nonetheless because it does have lifesteal 4%. I actually re-rolled it on my own. In this video, I'm going to tell you just a little bit on what kind of skills you could use, what kind of params you want to use, and the items that you basically should equip to have a good ranger going on here in dungeon leveling. So let's get straight to it. We're going to talk about the skill tree here first. There's a few things that you need to notice. One of them is that the ranger does struggle with MP sometimes, which is fairly interesting. You can equal this out either two ways. First of all, you're going to become a little bit more tanky going down this route and grabbing yourself the increased mana potions, regeneration 0.25. Which is probably better than this route here. You can also go up here, you're gonna get more MP, which could fix a few issues for you. You're gonna get more MP and HP. You're gonna go up here, you're gonna get another MP, and then you go up here for the mana regen 0.2. But in this case, you can actually get more by going this route, and you're actually becoming a little bit more beefy with the physical defense. So I think this is a better way. But if you really struggle with MP, hold up, you can go the top route as well, because most of the time you don't really get hit anyways. So that's basically the one that I would suggest you to go first, because you need that mana MP regen kind of cycle. And then you're gonna go to the left, and here's a few options that you have. Again, obviously this is like the route for the tank, going down here being just survivable. But what you can do is, because it's really important to know that your base physical damage is the damage that you do with a bow. So you're gonna go, this is the route I went for the assassin as well. This is my route that I'm going with the assassin, because you need at least 25% crit chance, I would say, somewhere along those lines. And this is why increased critical chance by 1 is really important. You're gonna get 3% here. You're gonna get 5% here once you're done. And later on, you can go the way up here, the route, which is going to increase the critical damage by 2% as well. So you can like equal that out. And the way you can find out how much crit chance you have is going into the inventory like this. And down here, you're gonna scroll down, and then you will eventually see this one here, critical chance. Right now, it's at 7%. I'm not really using any of that right now. I know I have to bring up my critical chance. So with my blades as an assassin, I actually have 11%, and if I get more of the assassin pants and the stuff, the chest and the head, eventually I will end up getting another 5% as well on top of that too. That's going to equal up to 16, and so on and so on. You have to kind of like work on your params there just a little bit. Sadly, the quality is not so good, but the magical defense and the physical defense is pretty good as well. This is why I have them. The hands are okay too, but yeah, anyways. Now, with the params, with the bow, it's quite interesting. Base physical damage, of course, is going to be something that you're going to need. Attack speed is something that's going to make you very strong. And if you can get lifesteal, like I have on this bow right now, that can potentially really make you invincible in quite a lot of instances. So, lifesteal is like the OG of, survivability when it comes to... Because the good thing is, when you're a ranger, you don't do close combat. I mean, you even have the skills that show you that you shouldn't be doing close combat. And while, you can get damaged by magical damage, you will still, heal up most of the time, because even if you're using something like the quick shot ability, which we're going to talk about here now, is also very much useful, because you have the hail of arrows. There's a lot of arrows shooting after each other, and if you have lifesteal on it, that's basically going to full heal you, like full health. Easy peasy. So that's really interesting. Let's talk about the skills that are interesting for you. You have some stuff in here. Decrease cooldown skills by 4, increase base damage for attack speed. Now, I am a fan of these two. Cooldown is good, but 5% is like, okay. Do you want to use it or not? That is up to you. I personally like the increased attack speed or the small damage boost that you can get by 4. Now 4 is not a lot. I think percentage is usually always better, so if you go in here, I think the attack speed is pretty good. Some people might actually even say otherwise, and they go like, okay man, you need to use the decreased cooldown of skills. But I already think that I don't really need to use the skills that often, because your base hits are already this strong. So yeah, really good stuff. Anyways, as a second, I'm using the explosive arrow, because that kind of like stuns the opponent. and then I'm using the bear trap, which also stuns the opponent. And it also deals 175% plus 8 damage and stuns for 1 point something seconds, right? I like, this is kind of a boss killer, to be honest. You start shooting arrows at the enemy walks towards you, you lay the bear trap, they get in there, they get stopped, you keep shooting, you keep running away using your E skill, keep shooting, they follow you, you use the second skill, which is gonna be another stun, you keep shooting, you keep running, and by the time you're kind of done with that, they should be already dead. Now, for me personally, this bow is amazingly cool, but it only has 56 to 64 damage, sadly. I wish this would be like at 100 range. This would be the perfect bow. I would never play it another class, that's for sure. But right now, I only have that. So for me, this is only a good farm for like trash farm. Usually when I go back to any farming situations, I use my daggers. But let's talk about what you should wear, the stuff that you should be putting on. The skills, you should be putting everything into strength. Right now I do have a little bit in endurance. That is due to my less you know, of health that I actually have as an assassin. You know, that's why I skilled a little endurance. But for the bow guy, you're just literally gonna go with strength. Throw everything in there as you have in strength. That's just gonna basically boost yeah, your damage as good as you possibly can, so max strength out. Now for the clothes, I would say pirate is the best. I've talked to some people online and everybody seems to be agreeing that pirate is good. So you can go with pirate stuff. You can see here the pirate helmet, because that will initially give you the attack speed if you have all 4 parts of it, which is really good. And yeah, that is something that you should also think about. Now, again, we talked about the params. You can go with a little bit of MP buff. MP regen is pretty good because you will need that as well. But base physical damage is probably the one you should go for. And also critical chance. Anything with percentages. Damage reflect could be useful as well. So, you know, keep that in your mind as well. You reduce damage is also always good. Physical damage in percentage is probably the best. If you already have a nice base stat of the damage that you do. I sadly only do 111 to 121. I could be definitely better when it comes to that, but yeah, that's basically it, man. That's basically it. You know, it's a squishy character to build, but if you enjoy, it's by far not the strongest in the game. But if you like bow guys, if you like playing as an archer, then yes. Yes, this is a good class. It's pretty fairly balanced. I've seen online that they want to buff it more. He wants to, the owner wants to buff the archers more. So I think that's really nice for the future, to keep that in our mind, that it will become stronger, the class. So I think there's going to be something that might be really interesting for us here. Alright, here's another addition. I actually talked to a pro archer player, and the pro archer player just said you start off with pirate, then you switch to duelist, and at the end game you either want mythic duelist or you go demon hunter. That's what they are saying. So I kind of want to underline that. That kind of makes sense. So yeah. Anyways, that is all I got for you today. I don't think we have any subclasses that we can talk about yet. I think we only have for healer currently, but yeah, anyways, that's all I got. If you have anything you want to add on to or help somebody, if you're a main, make sure and write it into the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.